Hey guys, I'm super excited because the other day a friend of mine asked me to do a portrait of his dog. So I'm going to paint this super cute little puppy. So I'll be really interested to see how I manage this one, and I hope I can share with you some of my skills and my process in how to create this hopefully really good pet portrait. Right, let's get started. So just a disclaimer, this is the first time I've ever tried to paint this kind of dog. So I'm going to show you how I try to manage a likeness. So I'm going to treat this pretty much like any portrait. So I'm going to try and get the features in the right space. So for this particular one, I've just got my photo up on my computer screen, which I'm using as a reference, and I've just zoomed in so it's basically the same size as this 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter canvas. So there's my screen over there. So what I'll do is I'm just going to take just a small brush and I'm going to just dip my brush in my solvent and mix in with my burnt sienna just to be able to draw in a very fine outline of where she is. So I'm just going to kind of roughly mark in the shapes. And then as I go along, I'm going to check the position of the eyes and the nose with a ruler. So I'm just going to rule directly on the computer screen and make sure that my main features are in the right place. So I'm not exactly sure what breed of dog Margot is. I'll have to check that with the owner and let you know. But she's got these really distinctive scrunched up folds on her face, which makes her so distinctive as a breed. So I've marked, so it actually makes it quite relatively easy for me to mark this out on the face, because as opposed to a human face, there's actually quite a lot more features on here that I can refer to when working out where things are located. So funnily enough, this is actually turning out easier than a human portrait. So she's got these very distinctive folds here and also on the sides of her face there, and these little floppy ears. The other thing that's going to show her character are these little kind of funny shaped nozzle or snout that she's got. So I'm pretty sure that I've got everything in the right place, and what I'll go ahead and do now is I'm just going to quickly measure if I've got the eyes in the right place and the nose, because those are going to decide whether or not this dog is recognizable as Margot as opposed to any other of this breed. Okay, so we've got a very ugly sketch here, but everything is more or less in the right place, so at least I know where I'm putting my color. There's a very basic green background. I will obviously define that a bit more later. So I'm not too worried about detail at this stage. I just want to get a bit of purple down, just so the colours start to sing. And you can always refine the details later. I find if you want to paint something, it's really handy to have the background colours in, because any colour that's on your canvas is going to interfere with the other colours. So if I left this with this orangey burnt sienna, every colour that's placed next to it is going to be registered in terms of the orange. So if I remove that orange by putting down purple and green, you're going to see the colours in the fur in relation to the purple and green rather than in relation to the orange. So this is a better way for you to gauge how your colours are looking and how harmonious your painting is. So I just want to get rid of that background and have my colour scheme clearly visible in the painting. Just blocked in my darkest darks in my sort of slightly less dark areas, and it's looking a little bit like it's lost in the form there. So I'm going to start putting in some highlights to hopefully give this face some shape. So I'm introducing some white into this mix. I'm going to mark in where my highlights are to give this face some form. So the brightest areas I can see are over this ear where the sun is direct, on the top of this little weird clump of skin, and then underneath these little folds. Very strong highlight on the side there. Okay, I've got a bit of an idea of where the light and dark areas are now, so I'm going to just take a detail brush and start marking out the details of the eyes and the nose just to reinforce where they are, and then I'll continue with my colouring. I hit a bit of a brick wall with this painting, so I decided to leave it overnight to dry, and now with fresh eyes I'm going to see if I can finish it off. So I think I'd really like to make this a little bit more colourful, so I think what I'll do today is make the flowers a little bit bigger and bring the yellow more into the painting, and try and introduce a little bit more colour into the face, and I can still see quite a lot of my canvas showing through there, so I want to get a bit more of those details in. So let's see how we go. I'm really glad I decided to do the background first, because that actually makes a huge difference, and it's completely changed the way I'm looking at the painting. So having these colors down is really going to help me in working out what colors I want to put on the face, because the background color is going to have the biggest influence on that. Okay, I'm going to call this done now. I think I'm pretty much at the stage where if I continue working on it, it can only go downhill, so I really don't want to overwork this one. Once you start adding in the white highlights, you really need to be careful, because it's very easy to go overboard with this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks.